Hello guys, my name is Wale Farong. I'm a tech entrepreneur and you're watching Tech Roundup, your weekly opinion, views and analysis of the top tech events happening around the world with a focus on Nigeria. In this final episode for season 2, we evaluate changes to business models by many tech companies post-COVID-19. For example, we evaluate Uber's continuous expansion into fintechs, Google's overhaul of GooglePay into a commerce platform, and finally, we look at the story that suggests telemedicine may finally be gaining some grounds as the Nigerian hospital begins to adopt the practice. What can tech startup learn from all these developments? We still have our number of the week, so look out for that towards the end of the show. Let's get started. Uber recently launched Uber Cash, its digital wallet feature which allows riders to top up their wallet. This is a good example of adaptation by tech giants to stay relevant even during this pandemic. And we see this across the tech space and beyond. Remember, we spoke about Uber Money earlier this season, and this was created to expand its tech and financial offerings to users and drivers. Also, we spoke about its credit card offering, designed with the users in mind, that offers 5% cashback for spending across their platform. What can tech and other startups learn from this continuous adaptation? 1. These are challenging times for Uber and most companies around the world. Remember, the global restriction in movement across the entire world in particular has had significant impact in this space. But thinking about what else can derive value from the company's ecosystem is a great way to reinvent the company's revenue models and channels. 2. You should allow the market and customers to determine what you do as a company. Even with an existing global user base, the pandemic brought the revenue channel of Uber to its knee, and they needed to create or find other sources of income. Enterprises and startups that would survive must have this type of DNA. And 3, consider all roadmap to expansion. Geographic, new product offering, expanded customer focus, all bets are on the table, and companies that will survive, again, must think about this. Uber's expansion shows the consistent need for continuous growth in any space. In the ride-hailing space in particular, this move may trigger local competitors to adopt similar model, and in doing so, drive healthy competition that will ultimately benefit us, the consumers. And to our next story. The surge in touchless and contactless payment has increased digital transactions at stores, and our estimates shows about 20%, with customers using mobile payment platforms like NetPlus locally and GooglePay and WeChat globally, among several others. And now it looks like GooglePay might soon become a one-stop shop with its new feature that allows merchants to sell goods and services within the app. The overhaul is likely to turn GooglePay to more than just a payment platform, but a place where consumers can buy directly from both online and offline merchants with their branded buttons inside the app. A place where merchants can also receive payment. The new look will make GooglePay become more commerce focused. The objective of this change may be closely tied to the following. 1. The goal is to make GooglePay the one-stop portal for commerce, where shoppers who love the convenience of shopping online can directly buy from participating online and physical retailers and merchants. 2. GooglePay is looking to explore as many features as possible to make digital money experience simple, helpful, and accessible, and to create new economic opportunities for the users and their partners, much like China mobile payment system, especially Alipay and WeChat Pay. And 3, the revamp will also harness the partnership of important merchants to satisfy the needs of consumers. Under this partnership, key merchants such as gas stations, convenience stores, restaurant chains, and delivery companies are going to be onboarded on the app. This feature isn't entirely new for GooglePay. It has had success with the feature in India, which comes with rows of buttons that open storefronts for services such as ride-hailing, traveling, booking, and food delivery. And to our last story this week. Many expressed concern that the healthcare system in Nigeria is less than standard and could not possibly handle an outbreak like some other countries. I agree. Some even presume that the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 is relatively low because of the lack of efficient testing. I also agree. According to a report by the International Center for Investigative Reporting, from research by the World Health Organization, there are only 0.9 hospital beds available for every 1,000 Nigerians. You do the maths. If 1 million Nigerians need to be hospitalized, what happens? But something new is happening. The University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, UNTH, recently partnered with the Health in a Box initiative of the Federal Ministry of Health to introduce telemedicine hospital services. Another Nigerian created a telemedicine app, My Dokita, that provides Nigerians easy access to affordable medical practitioners overseas. Innovation of this capacity is well underway, and there's much more to come. Nigeria needs to quickly embrace this new reality. Why do we need to embrace this? There are 3 ways I'm looking at this. 1, this is a good avenue for us to disseminate preventive and public health information that can eliminate the risk of transmitting infectious diseases. This is most critical now, where physical contact is next to impossible. 2, this helps us bridge the gap in access to healthcare. There are remote areas which do not have access to reliable hospitals or healthcare professionals, but a development like this hospital response service can help provide standard care, especially in urgent cases. Telemedicine could serve as a tool to prioritize cases. And 3, it saves time and an unnecessary trip to the doctor, which could save life. Regardless, a significant growth in adoption in Nigeria and other developing countries is largely going to be dependent on economic stability and support from the government. We'll keep watching how telemedicine develops in Nigeria and elsewhere. The number of the week is 1 million. That's the number of online visits already conducted by a US telemedicine company called Roman. It shows the adoption of telemedicine elsewhere in the world. I'd like to thank so many people for yet another successful season of the show. Apart from the great team that helps with research, content generation and writing, as well as the production of the show week on week, I also want to thank all the guests who appeared on the show this season for their contributions and for sharing their wealth of knowledge and experience with our viewers. And lastly, a big thank you to you, the viewer, for sparing 10 minutes of your precious time every week to watch the show. As we look forward to season 3, we're looking forward to exciting and amazing things. Our radio show with TechRoundUp on 99.3 FM continues, and we're coming to TV. Yes, we are. And we'll provide more information about that before our new season, which starts in a few short weeks. Before then, we'd love to continue to hear your comments and feedback, so please connect with me on LinkedIn at Wale Farron and subscribe to the TechRoundUp YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Have a great weekend and a great couple of weeks, and see you again soon. Good night.